Good evening, esteemed viewers and followers. This is Fine TV Gambia, your only viewpoint. With us here today is our Camara, a student of Masru Senior Secondary School, and of course, a grade level student pursuing, science field in the school. The purpose of this program today would be centered on our forthcoming book launching. But before we venture into saying much, I would like to tell the esteemed viewers that I will remain your host Ibrahim Bai, and of course, I will want to introduce my co-host. May you tell us who you are?
Good evening, wonderful viewers. This is Fine TV Gambia, your only viewpoint, and I'll be your co-host, Maria Makeda. Stay connected as the program unfolds.
Thank you.
Good evening, viewers. It's Fine TV Gambia, your only viewpoint, and I am Maria Masiri. With us here today, we have our Camara, a young poetess. Please stay connected with us as we bring in more lively things.
Thank you, Maria Makeda, and of course, Maria Masedi, my co-host for this particular interview. Esteemed viewers and followers, just to remind you once again, this is Fine TV Gambia, your only viewpoint, and as I alluded earlier on, here with me is our camera, and then our is a grade 11 student, a grade 11 science student of Masru Senior Secondary School. It is known that our is a young poetess, a writer, a public speaker, who aim to launch his book on Saturday 23rd of December 2023. But before we proceed with our proceedings, we may like to ask our may you tell us who our is really is?
Okay, thank you very much. Well, I am our Camara, a 16-year-old girl at Masru Senior Secondary School.
Thank you, our inspiring a 16-year-old girl. What I mean, a 16-year young girl. Putting such, stages. In his early ages. Despite that, could you tell us little bit of your academic journey? Where did our start schooling?
Well, I started my nursery school at Sky Blue. Then I proceeded to St. Teresa's Lower Basic School, where I did grade 1 to 6. But my journey at St. Teresa's, it's very interesting because I did a lot of things there. I was selected as the president of the first ever press club established in the school. Then I was among the best students, then proceeded to Mindao Upper Basic School, where I did my grade 7 to 9. And there also was very interesting because that is where I ventured more into poetry and public speaking and writing as well.
Interesting moments. From your statement, you've mentioned that while in St. Teresa's Lower Basic School, you are the first ever president of the established press club in the school. Could you tell us how does this happen? Were you just randomly, selected to serve as the president of the press club, or was it based on merits? Could you tell us?
Okay, it was based on merits. Like we were told to write letters, application letters that to show your interest, so which I did, and also we went through interviews and we got panelists, like people who were there to grace that occasion in order to select the best among the rest. So that was how things were.
Interesting. So from that, one could say that being selected as the president of the press club was based on merit because, like you mentioned, they have to call a panelist and a panel that will come and scrutinize your applications very well. We realize that you are a poet, right? So, could you tell us what really inspired you to venture into poetry?
Okay, there are lots and lot of things that inspired me to venture into poetry. Like some of them are writers who wrote poems and authors as well, and also society also inspires me because as a child, every day when I get up, like I see things happening in society that I think that it should not happen, or things happening that are a surprise kind of, like I thought to myself, what can I do rather in order to show people that yes, this is what I'm thinking and this is what I'm going through, because writing is something, that it's very beautiful. Once you write plus speaking, it becomes unique.
Interesting moments. So, hence this is not a one-man show. I will now allow my co-host Mariam Sedi to, ask because she has been signaling. It's like she has some questions that she wants to ask you.
Thank you very much, Ibrahim Bhai. Well, as a young girl, who was your mentor that really inspired you to venture into poetry as a thing?
Okay, like if you talk about side of writers, there are a lot of writers that inspired me because I'm somebody that like reading books because I could remember in those days I'll go to the library and start reading these books of mostly Africans. I follow African authors than any other authors. So people like Chinua Achebe, Ogudo Oguchi, and even Ghanaian authors like Ajuka Fatu Jabang and Nana Gray Johnson and the like.
Well, our that is very interesting. Could you please tell us which book of Chinua Achebe have you read that inspired you so much?
Okay, we all know the most famous book of Chinua Achebe is The Things Fall Apart. Yeah.
Thank you, viewers. I would handle.
Interesting moments. If I was said, she was inspired by African writers, and of course, people like Bichino Achebe, and of course, our government writers, such as Nigel Johnson and others. I think people's esteemed viewers should not be surprised seeing you breaking barriers, breaking the glass ceiling. Into such going too far now because the people that you're looking up to are people who are very powerful in the art of writing. Meanwhile, Maria Mutu has been signaling. Perhaps she has some question that she wants to ask.
Thank you, Ibrahim. So, since you started doing poetry, how many poems have you written?
Okay, so far I've written more than 10 poems. Yeah.
So, which one was your first poem?
The first poem I wrote was Africa.
Africa.
Yeah.
Interesting. So, could you please give us some lines about the poem Africa?
Okay. Here it goes. Africa, as mighty as it sounds, my motherland. Africa, my homeland. Africa, my continent. For it is in Africa where every soul is welcome in every state, for we are not racist. We smile to everyone as we welcome you into a beautiful breeze of our beaches.
Yeah. That's interesting. Our Mariam asks a very important question, and that is, how many poems have you written? And then you answer the question. Of course, the first poem that you written, and then you said that was Africa, and that is the poem that we just heard from you. We realize that writing poems, and of course, in any academic write-up, in any academic journey that a person ventured into, there are of course some obstacles, there are some challenges that a person encounters. So, as a young girl, what are some of the challenges that you, face, and of course, continue to face as a young writer?
Yeah, there are a lot of obstacles on the way. Like, if you look into my story, I came from a patriarchal society. And when we talk about patriarchal society, it's dominant of male. And they see female as somebody that do not need education. So the discrimination and other stuffs were too much, but yet I didn't give up and I continued because I believe what I was doing, it's very necessary. And today I've inspired many people.
Interesting. So, our one of the challenges that you've mentioned is that you are from a society where the male dominates. Our how were you able to overcome this? Realizing that what your society believes in is that males should get control of all academic activities. Let me put it that way. Or they believe that the male child should be the person that should lead. Like so, being a female a child, and you've made a breakthrough on the area. What was some of the tactics, the strategies, the methods that you employ to ensure that you are able to overcome this? What happened?
Some of the tactics were like people who inspired me because there are other people's like my parents too. They will always tell me that, if he can do it, then you can also do it as a female. And there are other people in the society that are very influential. Like they keep inspiring people, and they'll be telling like, you know what? If the boy can do it, then the girl child also can do it. And that is how things were through inspirations, motivations, and hard work also, plus patience. That is
So,
true.
so our if you say patience, in this point or in this perspective, what does our mean?
Yeah, if I talk about patience, it means, living in a patriarchal society, it's not something that is easy. If you don't have patience in you, you will easily give up. Yes.
Absolutely, that's right. So our despite the challenges, I believe that there are some breakthroughs that our made in this, poetry or in this academic pursuit since the being the then the first ever president of St. Teresa's, city, Low Basic School. From there, coming to Mindao, where you told us that you've, received so many accolades for the school. So, how does this uplift or does this uplift your, personality in society?
Yes, it really, because through this poetry and others, I was able to go to places that I've never gone to, and also I've able to meet people, like influential people in the society, whom I have even interacted with, and they will give me motivations and other stuff, and I've learned from them as well. So it really takes me a long
So,
way.
if you say like you've also, went to places that you have no clue about, but because of poetry or because of academic, activities, you went there. So, could you please tell us what are some of these, or where are some of these places? Could you tell us this place that you visited that you never expect to be there?
Yes, these are places like in the midst of writers, like great writers like Michael Hamaseka, in conferences and important occasions where they will speak to young people, and you will learn about them and things that they have gone through, and also how to be like them or even more than them.
Interesting.
Just to remind the viewers, you are watching Fine TV Gambia, your only viewpoint, and our guest is Hawa, a student, a poet, and a young writer. Keep watching.
Yes, thank you very much, Mariam, for that. Recalling, Steve, like she mentioned, our now, to the main purpose of this particular interview, and that is the theme Dream Chasers. Interesting caption. Could you tell us a little about the Dream Chasers?
Okay. The Dream Chaser, this is a book that entails many things. Like, the most interesting thing is that it's an anthology. And when we talk about an anthology, it's a combination of prose and poetry. And the book doesn't only stop at one aspect. It touches many aspects like society, marriage, and things that people are undergoing, like youths, and also like the suffering that young girls are going, especially people in the urban areas, and how to stop those obstacles. And that's it.
Interesting. Now, why did you choose this topic, um, the Dream Chaser, instead of other captions? We've realized that there are so many other interesting captions, but our chooses, this particular caption. Why?
Yeah, if you look in life, you will understand that many people are there. Let me say, everybody has a dream to chase, either one way or the other. So bringing a title that you know that it really hits everybody is something that is interesting. So that is why I came up with this title, The Dream Chaser. And if you look at the Dream Chaser, everybody has a dream to chase, either good or bad. It depends on you.
Wow, wow. I can say like I am inspired. And in the dream, there is a dream in any other person that any genuine person, let me put it this way, any genuine person has a dream to chase. You understand? And then towards attaining that dream, you have to work hard, right? So we realize that you are about to, or you've already compiled the book. How was this compilation done? Do you seek any support from any other individuals?
Yes, I wrote this book since when I was in grade 9, but then it was going under review and other stuff. So I wrote it and took it to one of those great editors, that is Michael Hamaseka, who edited it, and then it was approved by the curriculum department of the Gambia, and also I wrote letters to institutions that can help, and Alhamdulillah, it became a success.
Interesting. So, like, our could you tell us some of the challenges that you encountered while compiling this book? Academics or academians, or let me say, book writers will tell you it is cumbersome, like to how to, like, to write a book. But some will tell you also like it's very easy to write a book. But now the issue is putting it into a book. That's a problem. But writing is not a problem. So to our, what is the problem? Is it the writing or compile or like trying to put it in a book?
Yes, writing was not very difficult because I'm somebody who love writing and reading. But you have to have sleepless nights as well because if you want to achieve something, you have to struggle for it. But also the other challenge is criticism. But as the saying goes, if you don't want criticism, be nothing, say nothing, or do nothing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So there are a lot of criticisms. Like people will be like, look at this small girl. She said she wrote a book. Some people will be like, I can't believe this. How can this girl write a book? So those are some of the challenges that I've come through.
So like how are you able to overcome to overcome this challenge? People telling you you're very small. At times, the society acts as a reason why many youth or many young people are stagnant or could not venture or could not proceed with their proceedings because like what they will tell them or what they hear from society at times tend to be a problem. So hearing this from your colleagues or hearing it from different people that you know or that you don't know, how were you able to overcome this? I know it will be challenging.
Yeah, it's really challenging, but belief. And as a human, whatever you're doing, and you know that you are in the right path, never let anybody to stop you. So I believe in myself, and that belief is what I believe in. That I keep believing that yes, I can do it. If other people are to do it, even they're older than me, whatsoever, age is just a number. It depends on your mentality.
Age is just a number and it depends on your mentality. Interesting. That's of course right. So uh like you mentioned earlier, I heard you say you've wrote to institutions for support. So what is the response or what do you have any positive response from these institutions?
Yeah, yes, I have positive response because some of them you like, wow, I've never seen a young writer like you, and they'll be willing to help because they would like to groom the younger generation because they are the ones to be the future.
So do you think that those institutions are doing it for the purpose of uplifting young writers, or they are doing it for the purpose of sharing the image of their institutions?
I believe they're doing it for uplifting young writers because this is not their first time helping young people in the country.
This is not their first time helping young people to improve in the country. Esteemed viewers and followers, just to remind you once again, this is Fine TV Gambia, your only viewpoint. Just to continue, you are talking about the support that you receive from our institutions, and our do you believe that these institutions that supported you are they doing this just to uplift the younger generation, or they are doing this for personal gain that they want their institution to be seen helping young people? What do you think about this?
Okay. I believe that they are doing it to uplift the younger generation because this is not the first time seeing them doing such things.
This is not the first time seeing them doing such a first thing. Interesting. We could see like what I was trying to put to, what I was trying to put to us is that the people or the institutions that are supporting her are institutions that have been so supportive, not to only our but to other young individuals in this country. We've learned that you are about to launch a book, The Dream Chaser.
Yes.
Could you tell us a little bit about this book? Where is the venue? Or where do you want to launch this particular book?
Okay, I want to learn the book at our school. That is Masru Senior Secondary School at Coastal.
So I'm realizing that Masru has a hall. So what was the reaction of the school administration the moment you reach out to them to ensure that you are able to secure the hall at the school? Considering that Masru goes to school on a Saturday, right?
Yeah.
So like how are you able to manage this to have to secure the hall? Are you paying for the hall?
No. They just, because they were in fact very happy. The time the principal knew about it, he was happy. And he was like, we will support you fully.
Interesting. So are you seeing the support from your teachers and of course from the staff of Masru?
Yes.
Interesting. So our the book title is Dream Chaser. Who is the reviewer of this particular book? Who do you entrusted the editing of this book?
It's Michael Hamadisek who will be reviewing it.
Why Michael Hamadiseka?
Because I believe he will do it more because he's the editor, of course. The editor knows more into the book than any other person.
Yeah, I'm saying, why do you choose Michael Hamadiseka instead of other great individuals in this country?
Because he's already used to it. Because most of us know Michael Hamadiseka as somebody who was part of the fathers of Gambian literature. And also, we see him reviewing books and editing books as well.
So now, for the case of launching this book, why do you choose to launch this book? You may decided to, or you might have decided to keep this book for a while. But why do you think the 23rd of December 2023 is the best moment for you to launch this book?
Yes, I want to launch it rather because like I could only write the book and keep it all, but I think that will not help. In order to inspire other people or younger people is when you do it into a occasion whereas many people will be invited and even those young people will be invited and TV stations will come and then they will broadcast it, and if they play it, perhaps there's somebody there or there's a young guy or young boy there who was thinking that they're gonna do it, but because of the launching and they see how things go, things were like, so they will be inspired.
That's interesting. So, like, perhaps the primary reason why you are trying to launch this book at this juncture is to ensure that people who believe that they can do it would have inspiration from you that they might do it. We realize that you are a poet and you are a poetess and you have a lot of poems. So, could you take us through one of your favorite poems, poems rather?
Okay, the title is Justice for the Innocent Gacha, and here it goes. Afanya bang. Mbedendele jumale koma tumomi kanya pusunku tumerengol kan haniti ya foto buka teje. Afanya bang. Mbajikila jumale tumomi ntele nyindindim balo memma memfolo wakake kanango marsafaka lafika nyapinka. Afanya bang. Malala jumale tumomi luwa kanya pinkan ngala koyan fan. It touches my heart when the ideas and sentiments of women are underrated. When the love becomes a club that can be won by anyone and everyone. When rapists roam free in glee like these guys, monsters, dealing with trusted police officers. But hey, Mr. Man, think about our future. For you are a disgrace to humanity. So long as you continue to torment women, they still stand to become the pillars of every nation. So if you can shape her, then do not destroy her. For if you can protect her, then do not split her souls into pieces, which she might find difficult to pick, bit by bit, one by one. So live to love and live, then live lavish.
Yeah, interesting. Don't destroy her. I think, like, would I be correct if I say this is one of your favorite poems,
Yes.
right? So could you tell us how impact or what is the impact this book, or what impact would this book have on any reader?
Okay. As I said before, the book, like, it composed of many things in terms of society, education. So it will really have a great impact in people, like people, especially people like that do not hold education as something that is necessary. So if they read this book, they will really, really understand that education is vital and many things in society, things that people are going through and things that can make them believe that they can stop that problem or the thing they're going through, it will one day end.
Interesting. So now considering the factor or the reason that you are about to launch this book, who are the individuals that you will acknowledge, and as you look forward to launching this book on Saturday?
Okay, first of all, I'll acknowledge my parents and my teachers at Mindau and St. Teresa's for molding me, and people that I look up to, my mentors and people that are with me since day one, and people that keep inspiring me and motivating me.
Interesting. So finally, what message do you have for the entire nation as you look forward to launching your book on Saturday, the 23rd of December 2023 at Masru Senior Secondary School?
Okay. What I will say is come support the future and support a young guy. When I talk about supporting the future, we the children are the future. We are the future generation, and building our future is something that is really important. So all you could do is to come and grace that occasion and at least buy a copy of the book that will be on sale on that day 200, and also that's it.
Interesting. So, esteemed viewers and followers, that's all we have for you today. And then, all in all, the message is clear, and then it is centrally focused on the forthcoming book launch by our Camara. And of course, the title of the book is The Dream Chaser. So, I think this every Gambian must have a taste of this book, like as a caption, The Dream Chaser. So you should know who is the Dream Chaser, and of course, how if you read the book, I know there's some inspiration that you will get that will tell you like how do you chase a dream and how would you be able to overcome or to get off your that dream. So I was your host Ibrahim Mbai, and then beside me here was Maria Maketa, and then Maria Masedi, who was in support of me to ensure that this program is a success. So our thank you for honoring our invitation, and then we wish you a successful book launching, and we hope that Gambians will turn out in their large numbers to fill that a hall in Masru. And of course, thanks to everybody who supported you throughout this journey. And then we look forward to those people supporting other individuals in the country. Like we have young stars who are rising up, trying to be stars in any in different academic pursuit. So I hope that Gambians would learn from this, and they will support from they will take support to support people like you to ensure that your dream is being achieved. Like the title, Dream Chaser. So if you want to get details of this, let's meet at Masru Senior Secondary School on Saturday, the 23rd of December 2023 at 2:30 p.m.
Yeah.
Just be there. Entrance is free. See you there on Saturday. Bye bye.